So I've had a few people ask where you should start and stop when you're doing a respray. Ian Bennet in particular, he's a DIY hobbyist and he paints a bit of stuff at home, does resprays and stuff like that. So, you know, the information is pretty valuable to them. And look, I struggle to say that there's any right or wrong way. At the end of the day, as long as you get around that car, you get paint on the entire car, and it's nice and wet over the whole car, it doesn't really matter that much where you start and stop. Like some people are saying, if you start on the roof, then that overspray will land on the bonnet and stop adhesion. I don't think it's necessarily going to stop adhesion as much. It's just going to, say if you started here first, that's going to land on your bonnet and it's going to turn all gritty, and you're painting over basically a sandpit, if you know what I mean, with your base coat stage more so. And that's more so with solvent as well. Like I've found that water base, that just lays down so slick. You're not going to have those issues, but most people that are doing their paintwork at home are probably going to be using solvent base anyway, so yeah, that will definitely apply. Now doing this job, we decided to start from over here so that we're getting that wet bonnet first, and then by the time we do get up over to the roof, we've got a wet surface for the base coat to land into. I'll tell you how I used to go around, like when I started doing resprays when I was, you know, second or third year or whatever it be, I used to go around a car like this. So in Australia, this is the passenger side. If you're in America, it would be the other side. So I would always start from the passenger side, and I would do the passenger side pillar around here. So I'd start here, do the entire roof, get the roof done both sides, and then come down to this pillar down here. I would then jump back over to this quarter panel. I would do the quarter panel, boot lid or tailgate, whatever the job has, and then do this quarter panel. So that hasn't had too much time to dry off. So then I would get this quarter panel done and jump back around this side again. Again, this quarter panel hasn't had too much time to dry off, so I'll do these two doors. And once I've done those two doors, jump back around and do these two doors. Once those two doors are done, I will come back over here, do this fender, do the bonnet, and do this fender, and again, it hasn't had too much time to flush off here. Sometimes because you've done your roof first, you will get a little bit of dry spray there, but it's nothing that wouldn't polish out quite easily. I then got to the point and I'm like, man, that's a hell of a lot of running around. You're going this side, that side, this side, that side, sort of chasing the wet edge around the car. And I ended up finding, so these days, if this is like a sedan in the booth, I would just say start at this quarter panel pillar here. It's usually this side for some reason, I don't know. And then I would do the roof, come around here, do this side, maybe do the boot, tailgate, whatever. Just work your way right around the entire car. Find yourself back over here, and then I'll just get a bit of fade out thinner or just standard thinner mixed 50-50 with your clear coat. Put a bit over there, job done. That'll melt it in. Need be, you might want to put a bit up here as well. But yeah, look, this car here, it's a big car. There's lots of things to paint, or your frames are painted. You know, a lot of cars, you don't even have these frames that need painting at the same time. So there was a lot of overspray. There was, yeah, it was a busy day to get this thing painted. As I said, I don't think there's any full right and wrong way of doing it. We haven't got great big dirty dry spots here and there, you know. We managed to get the entire thing wet at the one time, and yeah, that's about all I can say. So it's not something that I would sort of really panic about the way you go about doing it, because I've done it many different ways and had good results in doing it in many different ways. Yeah, I'm interested to see where you guys start when you're doing a respray. If you're a spray painter and you've got a better method, something you think works, I'm more than happy to hear it. If it sounds like a good idea to me, I might even use it myself and find it works better. But yeah, look, resprays, it's a busy day. Like it's a decent sized job, and look, sometimes it can even be easier for people doing it at home to break the job up if you can, without you know, making too much of a mess out of it with getting the wrong application from panel to panel and getting color differences and stuff like that. So if you've got the time, you'd probably find it advantageous to say, do your roof first. Like I would always usually do a roof on a four-wheel drive separately on a respray. That way you don't have to worry about all that overspray hitting the bonnet. You've broken the job up into two jobs. I used to work at a four-wheel drive workshop there in Melbourne, And when the hailstorm came through in like 2008 and 2009, I did do quite a lot of resprays on the 4-wheel drive. So I would break it up into, because we were putting lots of new panels on them, we'd have the inside of the bonnet to paint. So I'd flip the bonnet up, paint the inside of the bonnet, or maybe put it on the bonnet stand or something like that. Do the roof at that same time. And then the next day you've got an easy job. Just go down the sides, you know, and then, yeah, it does make the job a lot easier. But, you know, on a car like this, you've got little blends to do, or either that or do the entire quarter panel. So, yeah, this isn't really an easy respray because of the amount of stuff that does need painting on it. As I say, like, every job is different, you know. Have a look at this car compared to this car, for instance. Totally different car. You're going to have to go about it in a different manner, you know. But yeah, that's about all. I've got to get back to cutting these runs out for Alan. But yeah, just a bit of a video request there. Hope you guys got something out of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.